To tell? If so, then you are a name to know. I am your host, Alicia Figueras, and a name to know. Welcome to another segment of A Name to Know. I'm your host, Alicia Figueras Lambert, and today, boy, do we have a name to know. Mr. Jamerson Holloway. Jamerson, I've heard so much about you. I don't know where to begin. We only have 10 minutes. So tell me why you feel that you're a name to know.
I feel like I'm a name to know is because I'm very active in my community. I think that as a minority male nurse, I think that it's important that I bring a different kind of service component to the clinician or professional nursing. As a male, most men, we don't, like to go to the hospital. We don't like don't like to do those preventative maintenance type of things. And I think that my position is unique because I can kind of be that bridge to let them know that, hey, it's okay to be able to take advantage of a lot of those preventive healthcare services. I know that, historically, America, has had some challenges in the past with our inclusion or exclusion of minority groups and some of the diversity challenges that we've had, and even some of the testing practices that were in the past that they used on, to test products on minority groups. And yes, that can be a facilitating factor, but I just want to encourage people to know that things have changed, that the more you know, the more you grow, and the more that you're able to kind of showcase to your community and let them know that, hey, I know what it was, but I'm here now, and I can tell you what it is and what it's going to be. And I'm always going to be an advocate for my patients, for my community, for my brothers and my sisters. And that's why I think that, I'm a name to know, because I want them to feel confident that when they come to me, they're getting the ultimate best service and care that I can possibly provide them as a clinician.
Beautiful. Jamerson, you're an outstanding role model. This is like a ministry for you. Do you do this outside of your 9 to 5?
Yeah, I do a lot of, we manage me alongside with my professional nursing organization, Chi Eta Phi, and of course, the Black Nurses Association. And in accordance with the Southern Nevada Health District, we launched a pilot program about 5 years ago called Know Your Numbers, which was a barbershop blood pressure initiative. And what we wanted to do was we wanted to bring hypertension self-awareness, prevention, and self-management to African-American males or Black males. And the best way to be able to do that was to reach them in their own comfort zone, which was the barbershop. And so we initially started that program back in 2017 when I was a nursing student, with the objective of just in a 90-day period, screening 75 participants. And with me and a couple of other nursing students, we were able to screen over 350 participants within that period. And we took that data back to the leadership at Southern Nevada Health District, and they were able to take that to Carson City, and they were able to secure a grant for our work. So now we have state support for our barbershop initiative. So it's just been growing every year. We get additional barbershops. I think right now we may be at 12 barbershops. We started with 3. So, it's just a real grassroots initiative, but it's really starting to pick up and grow. And I think that, African Americans Black males, they're really receptive to it because we take the medication component to them, or the healthcare component to them, and opposed to, where they're kind of, they have a trepidation of going into the office. Yep. So long as you can bring that service to them and show them the unique, the importance of this service, then they'll, you create that buy-in for them. And it's just been growing exponentially ever since. And so I'm really, really proud of that.
Jamerson, bravo to you. My hat goes off to the work that you're doing. Are you trying to make this a nationwide effort?
Yeah, I think that it's got some nationwide appeal to it. It actually was started by some Black leaders black male clinicians in back east. I want to say the original plan was launched in Chicago and Philadelphia. So there was some brothers there that kind of took it to the barbershop, and I just kind of followed their blueprint and just used it or made some modifications so that it would be applicable in my community and my situation. So it's out there. It's really big in the Los Angeles area. So I'm really just kind of, on the shoulders of those, black clinicians who came before me, who recognized the need and the importance of this type of service. And I'm just taking it to that next level and doing what I can do within my community to better serve.
Good for you, Jamerson. You and I had a conversation a couple of days ago in regards to ED. And I shared with you that my concern is the level of self-esteem of men who experience ED. Do you want to address that?
Yeah. Erectile dysfunction it's a silent problem. And men, especially black men, we just have this it's like a taboo or like a shameful approach to it. And so what I'm trying to do with my doctorate is just kind of educate them on what simple things that they can do to make lifestyle modification so that they can increase their performance. And a lot of it begins with education. The more you know, the more you grow. Mm-hmm. And so hypertension, there is a direct relationship between hypertension and erectile dysfunction. And so I think that what I've kind of tapped into is, even though I feel like I'm a hypertension expert, I wasn't much of an erectile dysfunction expert. And so just kind of doing my research with hypertension, I came across erectile dysfunction as one of the precursors for maybe a potential cardiovascular event. And so I did some more digging, and I realized that everything stems from hypertension. And so what I wanted to do is as a black man myself, you start talking about my performance, you got my attention. And so when I'm in the barbershops, at first, we have that ego. Oh yeah, man, I'm good. I'm great. I'll be like, okay, well, let me talk to your wife and see how great you are. You know what I'm saying? And the truth starts to speak. The truth starts to come out. The important thing about that, or the funny thing about that, is when I give lectures, I have like so many ladies out in the audience because, they want to be able to take home this information and disseminate it with, to be like, you know what, I heard something. And, you're not as great as you used to be 5, 6, 7 years ago. So I want to try this because, you know what I'm saying, I want you, your performance level, when I got that new car, it was 0 to 60 in about 3 seconds. Now it's 0 to 60 in about 10 seconds. And I feel like we need to do some maintenance. So I just want to encourage men to start looking at these preliminary or these challenges that you may be having with hypertension to better control your erectile dysfunction, because I'm not only the president, I'm a client.
Amen. Good for you. Good for you. Jamerson, why don't you share with us your journey from where you were to where you are?
I don't know where to start. I think I'll just kind of start from like nursing. When I initially started, I always believed in like education, but I'll take it even further because, I think that we have to really look at it from a really, really basic point of view, from our black male or African-American point of view. I was raised by my grandmother and my mother. Mm-hmm. And their whole philosophy is if we can keep you alive till you're 25, you'll survive. And I think a lot of black mothers really, really understand that. And so their whole focus was just keeping me alive, keeping me out of jail, keeping me, from gangs and all of that. So once I got to like 25 and beyond, my grandmother once told me, she said, you know what? And it reminded me of a scene from American Gangster with Denzel Washington. With me being the oldest male child for 2 generations in my family, that makes me the king. And she said that whatever you do, the rest of the family will follow you. So if you go into drugs and you go into prostitution or whatever, you'll take this whole family down that road. and because they will follow you. But if you go into education and you try to just better yourself, you'll take the whole family. And I took those words for what she meant, and now looking back, she was absolutely right. She's been dead now for almost 30 years. And I look back, I got nieces and nephews who have graduated from college with their master's degrees. And, I feel like, I'm an important factor for that, because I'm the first doctor in my family.
That's beautiful.
My goal is not to be the first or to be the only. My goal is to set up someone to take the baton and take it even beyond, because life is, of course, it's a marathon, but life is like a relay. Life is a marathon, of course, but generations are like a relay. You always want your kids to take it to the next level. So you're going to pass that baton to your children, and you want them to be able to stay the course and have that same confidence, that same level of stability to take it to the next level, so that your grandkids could take that baton and take it even beyond. So I think that's where it all began for me, was my mom and my grandmother, who really just instilled in me those values of motivation, perseverance, discipline, and determination. So, as I grew older, nursing is a second career for me. I worked in the casino industry for about 25 years. And then I said, you know what?
Wow.
This wasn't fulfilling. I worked at Caesar's Palace for 30 years. And then I just said, I want to do something different. And it was perfect timing, because I graduated from nursing school, then COVID hit, and everybody else was not working except for me. They was working me to death, because I was on the COVID unit, and you had to learn fast.
Right.
And so, I just, took it by the reins and just embraced it. And then, when people start seeing that you have like leadership qualities, they want to mentor you. They want to tap into some of that vibe. And so I started finding some of these other female mentors, I'm talking women kings, who just was pushing me and be like, boy, you need to do this. You need to try that. And I was like, I don't think I can. They'd be like, you can do it. Just jump out there and do it. And they would push me out there. And now it's just like, I'm like, wow, what can't I do?
That's right.
I just, my sisters are just so critically important. There can be no king without the queen.
Amen.
My mom, my grandmother's queen, all these sisters who have been pushing me and prodding me and just, giving me encouragement, have just put me in this position. And, I'm saying, I just want to make sure that I make them proud and continue on with my legacy and pass it on, so that other kings will understand our role and how important we are to our community, to our society, to, just the human race and human beings as a whole.
Your story has touched me, and I thank you for sharing your energy and your story with me today. Dr. Jamerson Holloway, you are definitely a name to know. Can you share a contact number if anyone wants to reach out to you?
Yeah, you can. I have a YouTube page, Jamerson Holloway at YouTube. You can always reach me there. You can always contact me. My number is, believe it or not, on the internet. You can call my cell phone, 702-275-5309. The best way to reach me is by text. Just send me a text. Hey, Jay, this is so-and-so, so-and-so. I seen you on A Name to Know, and I want to get more information. I work at my employer is the VA. So, I'm just proud and honored to be able to serve my veterans and just get them on the path to wellness, and just help them to understand that the VA, the Veterans Affairs, offers so many great resources for them. And we appreciate what they've done for our country. And without them, none of this would be possible. Also, with God, none would be possible. So I'm just grateful. I'm just eternally grateful for all the opportunities that I have in front of me and the ones that I've, exploited in the past.
The world's your oyster. Dr. Jamerson Holloway, you are definitely a name to know. Thank you for being with me today. A Name to Know is a show that provides support for children of incarcerated parents. And remember, no matter what language, the sound of someone's name is a beautiful sound to their ears. Until next time, This has been Alicia with A Name to Know. God bless you.